Hello, this is Hard Chatter, and today I want to tell you a story. Okay, it is an unusual story. It's a harsh story. I only tell you this story in order to heal and to hopefully help others recognize what abuse is and stop it before it happens. This particular story, it was about 2 days after something drastically happened to me from my mother and my sister, where they pulled my hair throughout the house. So I was forced to stay home from school because my head was like really like fluid everywhere. She couldn't keep me to school. She could not send me to school like that. My mother couldn't send me, okay? And on this particular day, what kind of gave me red flags is something Sarah did that she never did. Was we got up and she was like, you want to go get something to eat? And I'm like, this has never happened, right? This has really never happened to me, because she was really abusive. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So we went shopping at JC Penney's. I'll never forget it. She got me a crap load of stuff, which was way, way unusual. We even went and had some McDonald's, right? So we came home and I heard the phone ring, and the phone rang and I could hear the conversation. And it was something about my sister didn't go to work that day, right? And she was working at a hotel. It was for people who are handicapped, to get them something that they could do, And I forget what kind of handicaps Ebony had, but she had a really, they had a handicap. And the conversation, I didn't get all the conversation. I just got pieces of it. But what I got was she skipped work that day to be with a friend. Okay. And I don't think Sarah thought it was just a friendly meeting. I think Sarah thought that it was a meeting with Ebony and another woman. And you get the picture, right? So I'll say around 4 o'clock, Ebony comes in. Now, mind you, the whole day has been unusually peaceful, unusually a crap load of stuff. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't comprehend it, right? Ebony comes in and Sarah goes, was you out with that woman? And I'm going to tell you something. She said some more stuff. She said a lot of cuss words. She called Ebony a lot of big old L cuss words, lesbian cuss words. Like, Sarah really, she hated gays and she hated white people. Okay? So anytime, that was something that could get you hurt in the house. If if you was thinking about being gay, or if you was thinking about, having a white friend, she would beat the crap out of you. Well, y'all, she gets up with a shoe and a baseball bat, and she beat the life out of Ebony. When I say the life, I mean, you got to understand, at that point, I was only about 10 years old, okay? I'm sitting in the hallway and I'm looking in the living room and I'm seeing Sarah, like, almost kill her. Like, she literally I'm talking about fist to the face, fist to the stomach. I'm talking about beat, 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 hit, 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 shoe, shoe, shoe. And when she got up from it, her whole face was full of blood. And for the first time in my abusive household, okay, I had sympathy for the devil. I had sympathy for two individuals who were spending their lives abusing me first of all, because I'm biracial. Okay. Yeah, she hated that. But the hatred was thick. But what was amazing to me is that Ebony survived. My sister, she survived. She went on, she had kids and everything. But, still, I don't deal with her because she was a part of my abuse. You get what I'm saying? But I felt horrible for her. I think for the first time, I cried at her pain. And the sucky thing is that we were in the same room, okay? So this was back in the 90s, basically, okay? The late 80s, 90s, right? And at that time, we didn't have our own rooms, we had to share rooms. That was a thing, And I'm telling you, you could cut the tension that night, that evening, like a knife. And what was When we woke up, she lost 2 teeth. That's how bad it was. And it was all over hatred of gay people. And it just taught me how to not be like that. I hate to say it, but a lot of things that Sarah did to me and to Ebony made me, it was a blueprint of the person to not be. You get what I'm saying? It was telling me these are the things when you have children. This is what God was telling me. Nicole, you're going to have children. And these are you cannot treat your children the way you were treated. And I'm going to let you survive, but it's definitely for a reason. And I believe to this day the reason is to help others get through their drama and their abuse. And if it wasn't for that, to be honest with you, I would have wrote a book and just just sold a book. But it's important, y'all. It's very important. If you know that there is abuse going on, you know somebody is being abused, please take up the responsibility to do something or to say something. Okay? To this day, I don't even deal with people, because of that abuse. I only deal with 5 people at a time in my life. I'm very isolated. I don't like going nowhere. I don't have friends. I don't do that. And it was because of the severe abuse that I suffered. But I wanted to take a time to explain to y'all that I was not the only one in the house of horrors that was abused. For that day, I want to coin this podcast as Sympathy for the Devil, because that's exactly what it was. I pray that you got something from it, or you could help somebody else. So until the next time, this is Hard Chatter, and I thank you so much for listening.